So there have been web series that you have heard of. And there has been animated ones. I've talked about many, and so yeah. So today I'm gonna talk about one that you're probably familiar with, and that's pretty much has a lasting legacy of all these years, and it still gets talked about. Yeah, today I'll be talking about Eddsworld. So let's get into it. Welcome back. Next deep dive today, we're looking at Eddsworld. For it, don't get to subscribe and click bells. Today we're talking about Eddsworld. So so yeah, let's get into it, and I hope you like this video. But yeah, so what is Eddsworld? Now Eddsworld is a British Flash animated web series created by Ed Gold. Since its premiere on 21st of December 2004, the series has been published in Newgrounds, Divine Art, YouTube, Albino, Black Sheep, Tumblr, and Cheesy Art, and an official website. And now I didn't grow up with Eddsworld. I didn't know Eddsworld till I think 2020, 17, 18. And okay, so my experience with Eddsworld isn't really that much, but I think I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes. So, but I know it's a very popular show. It still was like 82 episodes, still going on to this day. And so, where's the plot? So, Eddsworld follows the misadventures of young adult morons living together in a house somewhere in London. Ed, an artist obsessed with Coca-Cola and telling fun. Tom, a jaded nihilist, an alcoholic who lacks visible eyelids, is constantly debated by the fan whether he has no eyes or if they're just completely black. Matt, a dim-witted narcissist, and prior to his departure, Tord, a trigger-happy Norwegian addicted to hentai, a gun expert, and an interested economist. The series is generally episodic and two has little, if any, continuity between episodes. This results in many episodes featuring characters dying and then appearing in next episodes if nothing happens, particularly the episodes before moving targets. So these are the characters. Most the plot. Now let's get into characters. I think there's currently 3 now. You had Ed, Tom, Matt, and Gold. So Ed Gold played Ed. And then Thomas Ridgway played Tom. But you probably know him as Tom Scar. He has his own YouTube channel, Matt Hargreaves. And then you have Tord Larson, and obviously Ed was also played by Tim Hattickett and George Gold, and then Ed Templar played Tom, and then Tord played by Jamie Lewis, and then the characters pretty much silent now. But yeah, so these are all the characters, and that's typically Flash animation, which obviously I've talked about Flash animation. We did Dick Figures, we did Happy Tree Friends. So now let's get into the episodes. Now the episodes I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of them. They recently put them out. The last one I think was 9 days ago, which I'll show you an old one. Yeah, I'm gonna turn. I don't want to get copyright. But yeah, this was March 18, 26, 2006. It was 7 million views. Obviously now it's evolved, and we have obviously you see the animation is much better here, and it's more crisper. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. And now let's move on to some sad news. So Ed Gold, the creator of Eddsworld, he sadly passed away on 25th of March 2012 at the age of 23. He had, I think, he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, a cancer of the white blood cells. It was his second diagnosis after a period of remission, having been previously diagnosed with the same illness on 30th January 2006. He posted a video on YouTube titled Ed vs. Cancer, featuring himself, Ridgewell, and Hargreaves discussing the diagnosis. He platformed his illness for several sketches on his friend's YouTube accounts and continued to animate Eddsworld while he was physically able. Gold died at the age of 23 from a recurring infection caused by the cancer in the early morning hours of 25th of March 2012. Ridgewell and Hargreaves announced Gold's death in a short video 2 days later. His funeral was held on 10th of April at All Saints Church in Isleworth, where an eulogy complied from video clips from his friends. And yeah, it's sad. So that Ed passed away. He passed away, I think, 13 years ago. And yeah, so then what is the future of Eddsworld? What would it be like? Well, the last episode he directed for Eddsworld, Space Face Part 1, was released posthumously to YouTube on 2nd of June 2012. Production Eddsworld passed to Ridgewell, who continued to produce episodes as part of Gold Will until his departure in 2016. Under Ridgewell's direction, Profit went to CLA Click Sargent, now Young Lives vs. Cancer, a UK cancer charity support children, young people, and their families. After the release of the final Eddsworld Legacy episode at the end, control of the series was handed to Hargreaves and Gold's family beginning in 2020. Uploads continue on YouTube as Eddsworld Beyond under direction of Hargreaves. Gold was cremated and buried at Mort Lake Crematorium, and in June 2012, Hargreaves and Ridgewell attended VidCon in Los Angeles and scattered some of Gold's ashes near the Hollywood sign. And yeah, so following Gold's death on 20th of March 2012, Thomas Ridgewell, the former voice actor of Tom, became the series' new showrunner, launching a crowdfunding campaign to continue the show titled Eddsworld Legacy. Preceding the release of Eddsworld Legacy's final episode, Ridgewell announced that he was leaving the show and handing control of the series to Matthew Hargreaves, voice actor of Matt and Gold's family. To this day, Hargreaves remains as the last original member of the foursome working at the series. And let's talk about the legacy. On 1st of January 2017, the show's website went back online with new Eddsworld comics written and illustrated by Matt Hargreaves on 1st of August 2020. A new short titled Fan Service 2 was released to kick off a new era of the show called Eddsworld Beyond, with Hargreaves as showrunner. Previously drawn and animated entirely by Gold, the Legacy and Beyond eras of the series employ a team of artists from around the world. As of February 2023, the Eddsworld YouTube channel has more than 4 million subscribers. At the time of Gold's death, his YouTube channel has had the most subscribers in the comedian category for the United Kingdom and was the 4th most viewed comedian in the United Kingdom. Eddsworld was noticed by the organizers of the 2009 United Nations Climate Change Conference, who commissioned an episode about climate change used in the ceremony of the conference. So, and I have a video by Scribble Kibble. Go subscribe to her.
Well,
and yeah, so
it's still a ton of work. Maybe a lot more in comics. There's just so much in Eddsworld animations for over an hour now, and I've come to understand just how prolific Ed Gould was as an animator. In addition to the main cartoons, some of which are longer than 10 minutes, there are lots of little jokes and short animations you won't see on the Newgrounds channel that are on the YouTube channel. Plus weekly comics. There's just so much. Of course, around 2012, the animation style completely changes, and it keeps changing. That's because different people have been animating the cartoons and drawing the comics since Ed Gould passed away. And now that I'm digging into it, I could talk endlessly about Eddsworld. It's raised tons of money for charity, it has its own documentary, its own wiki, its own share of religiously rabid fans, and I mean rabid, the kind of fans that caused 2 of the original main casts to drop out of the show. Normally at this point I'd talk about how to animate Eddsworld, but I've already discussed Flash animation in past episodes, and I'm not really in the mood to repeat myself. So instead, I want to give you the most important lesson Eddsworld has, and it's this. If you want to animate a show, do it. Don't put it off. Don't wait until you're good enough. Start making it now, and you'll get better as you go. Eddsworld began as a group of internet friends making stuff for fun. That's all it was. It would never have become a full-quality animation production if Ed sat around thinking about making cartoons. If he thought to himself, oh, my animation doesn't look like so-and-so's animation, my art sucks, I can't post it anywhere. No. No, that's the funny thing. Ed died very young, and yet I can't be sad about it because in the short time he had, he created more than most people will in their entire lives. How many times have you heard someone who hasn't published anything say, I want to write a book, I want to make an animated series, I want to draw a comic, make a movie, yet all they ever do is talk about it? Lots of people have something they want to create that they never get around to. I'm not going to be one of those people. Are you?
So yeah, that was pretty much Eddsworld. And even though I didn't know much about this series, Eddsworld, go subscribe to the show. And yeah, this Comscar, he has his own YouTube channel, and also rest in peace, Ed Gold. He created something that was great and it's iconic to this day. And it ended up, despite he died really long, only 23. He created a bunch of videos. He inspired a lot of people. So yeah, rest in peace, Ed Gold. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's Eddsworld, guys. So much for videos. My next one. Bye.